वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. A very warm welcome to entire Sangat in today's talk. This evening, our topic is good words, good thoughts, good deeds. This topic is very relevant in our day-to-day life, in our social life, in our spiritual journey, and also in our professional life. In our life, we have different aspects, and these points are helpful at every step of our life. So about the good words, good thoughts, and good deeds that plays a vital role in our life. So these are the three main points. Once we look at the big picture, there are a lot of things where we can say the power of three. Even in the communication, in the public speaking, those who deliver lectures about it, those who work on it, they also share the rule of three. In the communication, they make 3 points or 3 stories, 3 part of speech, something like that. So they believe that it is easy to remember if we can divide something into 3 parts, but not more than that. Sometimes it may become more difficult to remember just one theory about it. If we go in another way, God created this universe, this life. This life basically we can see in 3 different parts. Life is there in the water. Although Bhagat Namdev ji says, 42 lakh ji jal mein hote, around 42 lakh lives in the water. Then life on the earth and also in the sky. So 3 log jinhon se kehte hain. And also, if we go a bit more deep, as there are life on 3 different parts, on the water, on the earth, in the sky, birds are flying and all other things. And if we focus on one life and individual lives, then our life, human life, is also we can divide into 3 parts. Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib teaches us, Bal, Juani, or Birdfun, Teen Avastha Cha. Bal, childhood, Javani, adulthood, or Birdfun. Bird means Bazurg, old age. Even to Gutka Sahib or Guru Granth Sahib Ji's Sarup, when it becomes too old, we normally use this the same word. We just say Gutka Sahib bird ho gaya. This Gutka Sahib is bird now. This Sarup of Guru Sahib Ji is bird now. Bird means old. So life there is also divided into 3 parts: childhood, adulthood, and old age. And in the life, there are three main obstacles, 3 barriers: Rajogun, Tamogun, Satogun, that we have already discussed in our previous lectures. So about Rajogun, Tamogun, and Satogun, how they impact on our life and how can overcome from it. That we have already discussed. So today, we're going to talk about 3G. Although it's a time for maybe 5G or 6G is also planning or maybe started somewhere, but we are going to talk about 3G today. So what are those 3 Gs? First G is good thoughts. Second G is good deeds. Third G is good words. So these are the 3 Gs: good thoughts, good deeds, and good words in our life, which is very important. In Guru Granth Sahib Ji, it comes as by the name of Man Bach Kram or Man Bach Kram. Here we are reading Gurbani Bhakti of Bhagat Ravidas ji. Man Bach Kram रस कसह लुबाना बिनस गया जाए कहूं समाना मन बच क्रम. So these are the three things: thought, words, and deeds. Sometimes we just fall into the trap, in the tangles of the flavors, and which we have the option to do good or bad by these three ways. We can think something, we can say something, or we can do something. We can take an action on something. These are the three ways how we are doing something. Binas gaya jai kam samana. So sooner or later, we will die, our body will go. So we must try to create something, to do something good by all these three things, all these three ways that we are able to do in our life. And the same thing is not only in Sikhism that we read in Zoroastrianism as well. This is Umata, Ukta, and Varshata, which means the same thing. Man Bach Ram. The same thing. They say good thoughts, good words, good deeds. They are the three tenets in Parsi. In Punjabi, we normally use word Parsi Tara. So the same thing in Parsi. Same thing was spoken by Bhagat Ravidas ji, Pat, and Guru Sahibaan as well. So today, all these things, Man Bachkram, needs more time. So firstly, we will start with good words. This I believe this is the most easiest thing, although not really very easy. We also face some kind of troubles, problems while speaking good with others. But this is something that we can start doing immediately. Like start thinking good. It may take time. Doing some good works, good deeds, good actions needs opportunity, time, efforts, and sometimes we need money, wealth as well. So what I feel like this is the most easiest thing from where we can start. So these are the three steps. So today we will discuss about good words. Change Shabad, Mithe Bol. How does this makes an impact? So good words, what is good? The basic definition of good is something that is good for you, others, and everything about you. Not good doesn't mean like what is good for me, so that is good. So it should be helpful, should be good for everybody, not just about me. The things which can help everyone to grow in their life. In Japji side, this is very important topic actually. Very essential topic, which plays very important role in our day-to-day life. Every day or maybe every hour, we are just in these things. Maybe we are speaking to someone, or maybe we are thinking about something, or we are doing something. So all the time we are in these things, maybe in one, two, or maybe in all. So Guru Sahib Ji, when we read Japji Sahib, in the first body of Japji Sahib, Guruji focused about one thing related to our today's topic. Even in the beginning, in the first body of Japji Sahib, we read Chup hai chup na hoye, chilaye raha viftar. So don't keep quiet. Because the moment we speak, there is a possibility to say something bad. So if we are talking about good words, that indicates a message, there are bad words too. We are saying speak good, speak polite, be polite, say good things, which means there is an option to say something bad. So long time ago, then also sages and thought about it. Like the moment we speak, we say something bad. So it is good not to speak. Don't say anything. But Guru Nanak Sahib did not agree on that part. He said, chup hai chup na ho, even if you are not speaking by your tongue, but still words are there in your mind. So it doesn't help you in the real world. So we must say something. Now the question arises, what should I say then? Guru Nanak Sahib Ji also raised the same question in Japji Sahib, in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, on the second Ank. Moho ke bolan boliye. What should I say? Jit son tare pyar. What kind of those words are? By saying those words, I may get his love. So not only social life's love is dependent on our words can help us to get love from God. That is also possible. Guru Nanak Sahib is clearly asking, Muho ke, muho with my mouth, muho ke, like what kind of words? Bolan boliye, the words that I can speak that can help me to get love. And the same thing asked by Guru Arjan Sahib Ji as well. He said, Kavan bol. Kavan means, what are those words? Bol means words. Kavan bol par brahm rijavo. What are those words by which I can impress Vahidri? It's really amazing. We also want to learn art of speaking, arts of communication, so that we can impress somebody, someone, or maybe we may be able to rule the world. We want to impress people. But here, Guru Arjan Sahib is also asking, but not how to impress people. How can I make happy the other people or other human being only? But Guru Sahib is asking on the different level. Guru Nanak Sahib is also asking the same thing. Guru Arjan Sahib is also asking the same thing. Kavan bol. What are those words are? Par Brahm Rijavo. Rijavo means Rijna. Means how can I impress? Or how can he be happy with my words? So these are the basic questions from where we are going to start our today's talk. So words, the basic idea, the important thing that we need to understand, words are really powerful. Words can break or make us, not in our social life, not only in our professional life, also in our spiritual life. So words are so powerful, we must know how to use it. And Gurbani doesn't allow us to keep quiet as well. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji focused a lot about speaking. Chup hai chup na ho gayi is Guru Nanak Sahib Ji. Moh ke bolna boliye, again Guru Nanak Sahib Ji. And Guru Nanak Sahib Ji says, Jab lag duniya rahiye Nanak, kich suniye, kich kahiye. Till the time you are alive in this world, don't break relation with the world. Jab lag duniya rahiye Nanak, kich suniye. Listen to them, let them speak. Kich kahiye. You also share your views. That we do most of the time, actually, every time in the dialogue sessions as well. We speak, but I always love to hear from you as well. So, kich suniye, kich kahiye. So, this is how the message of dialogue and discussions that Guru Nanak Sahib Ji said, and also he did in his all the travels, wherever he went, it was kind of dialogue sessions. This is how Guru Nanak Sahib Ji spread the message of oneness, message of no discrimination, message of love. Okay. So Kavan Bol or Brahm Rechapu, which indicates words are so powerful, which can help us to connect with society, with our friends, family, and also with the Almighty. So if there are good words which can help us to connect, then there are some bad words too. So there are four kind of bad things that we do with our tongue. The moment we speak, so these are the four ways, four things that we doesn't take actual benefit of our tongue. So these are the four ways. First one is waste talk, lie in talk, rude talk, abusive talk. ਇਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਦੇ ਚਾਰ ਪਾਪ। Researchers, philosophers, ਵਿਦਵਾਨ ਉਹ ਮੰਨਦੇ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਚਾਰ ਪਾਪ, ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਦੇ ਚਾਰ ਪਾਪ। So these are the four sins of our tongue. Waste talk, lie, rude and abusive. So which means words can break us, it can be harmful too. There are some quotes about it. This says, our tongue, our words have the power of life and death. And those who love it will eat its fruit. We can taste fruit with the tongue. But also avoid using harsh words, for they leave deep and lasting wounds. If someone say some bad words, maybe even after 40 years, we won't able to forget about it. Still, we are able to memorize those lines, those words, and it hurts us again and again. The same thing happens if we did something like that to someone, he won't able to forget. And bad words, we can say, have the more deep connection than the good words. You may say something good to someone, he may forget, or you may forget. But if something was hurting you, then it may last forever. So take care of the words. So first, that we talked about the four sins of the talks, of the words. First one is waste talk. Whenever we are communicating, whenever we are talking, whenever we are sharing our words, so we can just ask a simple question to ourselves. Do I need to speak or I want to speak? Two different things. These are two different scenarios. Sometimes, maybe there is a situation I need to speak. I must talk about it and it's relevant. But more often, I just want to speak. I just want to say something. Maybe I'm just wasting my time and his time. Maybe those talks doesn't make any sense. It's also possible. We can just look at ourselves. Whenever we are talking, are we really making sense? Are we really discussing something important? Or we are just wasting our time and someone else's time, and which is very important, very precious. We can't get time again in our life, the time that we have lost to us. We may be able to earn money again, we may be able to get wealth again or later, but the time that we spend, we can't get it back at any cost at all. So this is also like from Vidwan, from philosophical point of view, from religious point of view. If we don't need to speak and if we can control on things, then a lot of problems can be solved from our life. Because one thing we need to remember, how does this waste talk affects on our life? If we don't need to speak, I just want to speak and I'm speaking, then what will happen? I don't have the relevant point to talk. I will say something that maybe I was not supposed to say. Maybe cat out of the box or out of the bag. Now, then later I may need to regret. I shouldn't share this point with him, or I shouldn't tell him about these things, or we may something bad. To whom which we say, flow which carry the. In the flow, I just said it. So the moment we speak, we lost control, or we are not able to concentrate on ourselves. We just concentrate on the other person. So because of our concentration is on another person, we can say anything. And Guru Nanak Sahib, another quotation from another Gurbani Pankti from Guru Nanak Sahib ji, he says, "Bahta bolan chakhan ho." So if you're speaking too much, it's really useless. You're wasting your time, others person's time. So whenever we are going to talk, we will just think about it. Do I need to speak? Is it important, relevant, necessary? Is it making me or helping us to go uplift or down? Or I'm just speaking because I want to speak. Yes, we all do speak whenever we just want to speak. We don't have anything to talk, but from the religious point of view, so it is called as a based talk. Another one, lie in talk. We lie without need, without thought, without care. We lie because it doesn't hurt us. It doesn't feel wrong. Or we feel like we can lie. Sometimes maybe it is a need of a time when we have to lie. It's also a possibility that sometimes we need to have a look. But more often, mostly, we just lie because we just don't care about it. We feel it's okay. We feel it's fine. And slowly it becomes habit of our life. We becomes habitual of something. Whatever we do again and again, then slowly that thing becomes part of our life. Whatever we do, good or bad, even in the morning, if we face some problem while waking up early in the morning, 3-4 days, 5 days, 1 week, or maximum this some says like 14 days, if you can wake up regularly, then you don't need an alarm clock too. It will become part of your life. Even if we have ever noticed, if we are taking lunch, eating our lunch at 12 noon, automatically we'll feel hungry at 12 on daily basis. Even we don't need to look at the watch. So that becomes part of our life. So once we start lying in our talks without any need, and we just feel like, I don't care, it's okay. So that becomes part of our life. And because of lies, sometimes we create a lot of problems in someone's life. Because we just lied about something and they may have to face a lot of problems. And also, it happens in our life too. We may lie on something, but the moment things comes out, then we may need to feel ashamed or something. So Guru Bani teaches us again, boliye sach dharam jhoot na boliye. So don't lie if you don't need it. If it is not in that situation like that, that is kind of exceptional cases. But don't make your habit of lying. Like I met many people like this, so they just have the habit of lying. On every single talk, on every single word, they just feel like I should not tell him truth, let me lie. Or you may met something, or you may just think, have you done the same? Like it was not needed, but still you thought it's okay. If we did it, we must need to work on it. It is also one of the sin of tongue, one of the sin of words. Boliye sach dharam jhoot na boliye. So that also we need to take care. Now, third and fourth sins of our talk, which is rude talk or abusive talk. Rude talk, which is called as an fikka bolna. Abusive is on another level then. So rasna fikka bolna nit nit hoye khoa. So about rude talk, about abusive talk, about fikka bolna, I was amazed to see the same pankti is written by Guru Nanak Sahib Ji and as well as Shri Guru Amar Das Ji. The pankti that we are reading right now, the same pankti we can read 2 times in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. In Sohi Ki Baat, Guru Nanak Sahib Ji himself on the ank number 791. And by third Guru, we can read same slok on the ank 594. Same pankti about speaking, about bad words. Rasna, why our tongue? Fikka bolna, rude talk. Fikka bolna. Nit nit hoye hua. Again and again, we are just going into some troubles. Even if we have ever noticed, or even if we did not notice, we may notice now. 90% of problems comes to our life, arises in our life because of our talks. We said something bad. We were so rude. We were abusive. Although it was not necessary, we shouldn't be. We could deal in the same way, in the polite way. But we were rude. We were abusive. We said something. The consequences now we have to face, we have to see. Now it becomes very harmful. On the daily basis, even if we have a look on our problems around, researcher says sometimes it's around 90% of our problems came to our life, arised in our life, just because we don't know what to talk. What should I say? How should I reply to that conversation, to that talk, to that lines, in that situation? We didn't know. So then we just said it something rude. And because of that, because of our words, because of our abusive behavior, maybe we lose someone for entire life. We just say someone in our life, we just don't say like he beat me, he slapped me. We just say he said something bad, I don't want to talk to him anymore. Or we just say I don't talk to my neighbor anymore, he said something bad to me. He was so rude, I don't want to talk. Even if person are rude, no one wants to talk to them. That's not pickable, and it's our daily life. On the daily basis, we are getting a lot of troubles because of our words. Just because of our words, lot of problems can be solved if we can be more polite, if we can be humble, if we can show some happiness, or if we have some, or we can just handle the situation in a correct way. So rasana fika bolna nit nit hoye khwar. So lot of causes and effects. Now we must try to think how my words are affecting myself, how my words are affecting others. Even the battle, which is known as the one, not only one of the, actually the biggest battle of the world, Mahabharata, like, which is said like the maximum people died in that battle, maximum till date. That also happened just because of bad words. Just one bad sentence that led to Mahabharata. Just one bad line. Draupadi, she was very good at Rangoli. She, on the ground, she made some designs. Earth was looking like water and water was looking like field, earth. When Duryodhan came, so he put his feet on ground, but it was water. So he fall down and sari Rangoli kya lo kharab ho gaya. So then Draupadi said, Anne da put Anna, because his father was blind. So he said, A blind man's son is also blind, or you are a son of blind man. You are also blind. Blind son of a blind man, let me say. So then this story begins. He said, okay, now I'll show you what can I do, what is possible from my end. And we know like a lot of things happen. But it started from the one sentence. Lot of time, just one sentence turns into big arguments in our day-to-day life. In the newspaper, I was reading just on the battle, and battle went well, battle went ahead. Just one sentence, and husband and wife, and later husband heard something, just tried to beat his wife and killed her. And even one news I was reading, like a mother was just saying something to her daughter, and she did not reply in a day, and argument started, and she slapped, and something like fight happened, and daughter died. It was just in the news, in the video I was listening to that mother. So started with one sentence, started with one word, can harm yourself, your family, your neighbor, and lot of things can happen just because of the bad words. So it may sound so like we may feel like what's in the word, but actually it can destroy a lot of things and even our entire life or career because of the words. So what happens if we are not able to take care of our words? It may damage relationships, even our lives. We may feel bad about ourselves. Later, we may have regrets. I don't say we want to do every time. Sometimes we also regret, like, I shouldn't say this. But then we are in a situation when there is no way to turn back. We are in the trap. Sometimes people go into the stretch. A lot of things and causes happens. Now, question arises, why do we do it? If we know like these are the four sins, because of that we fall into the trouble, we can go into the history. Why do we do it? How may fika bolna bujna sakakar? It's our ego. If we have some power, we want to do something, the main reason behind is our ego. While saying fika, while saying abusive, if we are in the power, we feel like I can manage something. So that becomes a problem. So ego is a one thing. If we are not able to handle it, then it becomes difficult. As we see that we have heard this Sakhi a lot of times, or we may have read it, but it's completely relevant. Guru Amar Das Ji's Sakhi, which by Datuj, when third Guru, Guru Amar Das Ji, he became Guru, but by Datuji wanted to be the next Guru. So after that, he kicked Guru Arjan Sahib Ji on his chest. Although Guru Amar Das Ji was in the power, he was the third Guru. He could say anything, he could react however he wanted. But still, he was so calm and said, I hope my hard body did not hurt your soft feet. Now, what to do? If you are so polite, the next person feels ashamed. What to do? Guru Nanak Sahib Ji went to many places. People were harsh, people were rude. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji was polite. This is one of the quality of Vaheguru, the one who started remembering him, reciting him, then it comes to him as well. So how may fika bolna? Because of ego, we say some bad words. Because in the ego, we try to show something that I am someone. You are not superior. I am superior than you. So this is how the problem begins. If the next person is more strong, then we may not say anything because we know like he's more powerful. Then we may not get angry. So the main reason is behind our bad words is our ego that always wants us to reply. and wants us to go into that trap. So being polite, if we can take care of that part, if we can be polite, if we can be humble, then we can build some strong relations in our life. If we are polite, then we can have some, we will be more happier and healthier. Because if we are not happy, if we are using bad words or abusive, then definitely it will affect on our body. Gussa manana handa. If we, because if we have to shout on someone, at that time we are losing our energy. We are also in the anger that will lead to some more problems. So we can be healthier. We will, most people will like. Normally we say, that this person, he have a lot of fan following, he have very good contacts, he's very good in his communication. ਇਹਦੀ ਬੋਲਬਾਣੀ ਬੜੀ ਚੰਗੀ ਹੈ, ਸਾਰੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਨੇ. We normally use these kind of lines in our daily life. ਇਹਦੀ ਬੋਲਬਾਣੀ ਬੜੀ ਚੰਗੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਬੰਦਾ ਬੜਾ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਹੈ, ਬੜਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਹੈ, ਬੜਾ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਹੈ, ਬੜਾ ਚੰਗਾ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਹੈ. So we want to talk to that person. And if we are polite, if we are showing some respect to the other person, we will get the same thing. If I'm saying G to someone, he will say G to me. If I'm hard, if I'm rude, I'll get the same thing. So it depends what you want in our life. If you respect others, they will respect. If you are polite to others, it will become difficult for them to be harsh with you, until unless you don't go into that trap. So being polite have a lot of benefits. These benefits I just talked about, our social life, our professional life, our day-to-day life, and it doesn't end here. This is a way to God's heart. Gand priti mithe bol. Even if we have some fight with someone, with our sweet words, we can again fix our bond. Just go and say, okay, I'm sorry, I said something, I know I hurt you, I shouldn't say that, I'm sorry for that. I feel it works. It really works. Because our ego doesn't want us to say this part. And if we said something wrong to someone, because of our ego, we lose that person. I agree. Sometimes we are in anger, we just said something I shouldn't say, we shouldn't speak about it. So by sweet words, by apologizing, it's okay to bend than to broad. But our ego doesn't want it. So fika, rude, the piche, again ego. So Gand Priti Mithe Bol, with the sweet words, we can fix our bond, we can make our relationships good and fine once again. And it doesn't only work in our social life, it helps in the spiritual life too. Gand Priti Mithe Bol, Mithat Nimi Nanka Gun Chingyaya Tat. So as we started, what kind of words that can help me to be with the one, merge with the one, reach to the Almighty? So here is the answer of our questions. Gand Priti Mithe Bol, spread love, spread sweetness. If you can do it, this is the highest thing. This is the highest virtue. Mithat Nimi Nanka. Even if you have sweetness and humility as well. Nimi. Because sometimes, or I may say like another way of ego is we started saying, I'm very polite, I always say sorry. That also can become our ego. So sometimes mithas, sweetness also be a part of ego. So take care of that part as well. Mithat nimi nanaka, sweetness and humility is good. Gun chingyaya tat. So if we can use these kind of words, as we started, mohokke bolan bune. What are those words? The words of love, the words of sweetness, the words of humility. If we have these three things in our life, then our words will help us to get respect, love of society, friend, family, and Vaheguru of God as well. And beautiful Gurbani Pankti, Jo har ka pyara, so sabna ka pyara. Jinnu jehड़ा रब ਨੂੰ ਭਾ ਗਿਆ ਉਹ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਭਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਰੱਬ ਦਾ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਫਿਰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ, ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ। जो हर का प्यारा so sabna ka pyara. But these are the ways with love, sweet humility we can go. So what are our take home messages? We should speak words that build up, not tear down, that are kind, not hurtful, that are true, not false, that are helpful, not harmful, that are loving, not hateful. If we can spread these messages, we can help somebody to build up, to go ahead, to get the success in social, professional, and spiritual path. Help them, encourage them. This is what Guru Nanak Sahib did in his entire life. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji had exchange of words with Seth, with Sajjan. Everywhere Guru Nanak Sahib Ji went, people were rude, people were harsh, people wanted to kill. But Guru Nanak Sahib Ji was still. But the magic of words were there because Lord was there. God himself is Mitbolada. God is Mitbolada, and the one who attached, merge with the one, he also becomes the Mitbolada. So our lecture doesn't end here actually. Today we talk about good words, importance of it, how can it, what kind of impacts it can make on our life in good way, in bad way. But it doesn't end here. This is the first step. But we have about good deeds, good thoughts. They are also very important. So if we need to go, if we are on the path of Almighty, so we'll discuss about good deeds, good thoughts as well. So today we discussed about Bachan, Bach, Man, Bachkram, but there are 3 that we discussed in our next lecture. So now I would request you, I would be interested in hearing your thoughts on this topic. I know we all have a lot of things to talk about, and jab lag duniya rahi hai na kich suni hai, kich kahi hai. So now it's your time to say something and my time to listen. Your suggestions, your views, what are your take home messages, what are your thoughts, or any Gurbani Pankti that comes to your mind. Because we have so many more panktis about Chopran, about Bolan. So I'm sure you all have something to say. So now I'm giving the option, you can unmute yourself. So I would like to hear from all of you. Kindly contribute, kindly share your views about today's talk. So thank you very much once again for your precious time. Guru Sahib Kirpa Karan, ਸਾਰੇ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਕਲਾ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ ਤੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਮਿੱਠੇ ਬੋਲ ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਬੋਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਵੰਡ ਸਕੀਏ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਵੈਰੀ ਮਚ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ, any Sangat member, please don't be shy. So would like to hear from you. ਹਾਂਜੀ ਗੁਰਮੀਤ ਜੀ, you
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਮਾਸਟਰ ਜੀ,
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ ਜੀ। Good ji, good to see you after a long time ji.
Yes, recovering. Okay, this topic about bolna, you know, our tongue can be very, very, I would say, sometimes beyond our control. Gusse de vich, hankar de vich, or when you are just, nothing to say, you will say something. So sometimes you don't even think before you talk. So that's where people get the stumbling block and get into trouble. And ek bolte, ek galti boli de vich, it becomes a lifelong suffering, because oh banda jara sunan wala, he may not take it correctly in the right spirit, or maybe say that, oh, you have made a mistake. He said, why he said that? How come he said that? So that person is like, wondering how he can, come to terms with what is being said to him. But the person who said forgot about what he said. So that's why sometimes this communication, the tongue, okay, has to be also a way of not only talking, but also be able to dissolve or I would say get peaceful conversations. मतलब के जो गलती की थी है, गलती बोली सी, ठीक करनी. So this is the time when we should actually revisit our what we said and talk to that person. Oh, I'm sorry I said that. You know, even with children. Now, आजकल दे न्याणे, they are not listening to us. If we say in a very authoritative manner, to itra karni changa, itra karna, you know, like you keep on becoming commanding, they will never listen. Hun ajikal, our parents ourselves have learned to talk to them like friends. मतलब के उन्होंने बोलना communication उन्होंने level ते. Not I'm your mother, you have to listen. No, I'm your mother. Can you please listen? You know, that tone will change. So when you change your tone, the way you communicate with others, I think that's when we use our speech correctly, our tongue correctly, not just by saying things that we demand. That's why this the ankar, you know, the pride. I'm older than you, so you should respect me. Nowadays, there's no such thing. Respect is not expected. It should be earned. So you want to be respected, you must earn it. So your behavior, how you talk to people, how you communicate with people, actually as certain how you would be able to have a relationship with that person. You know, so the person will respect you for your way of talking to them, respect you because of your opinions, the way you talk, you know, like sianiya gala, nice words, you know, and not ordering people around and I am right, you are wrong. You know, I'm always in the correct, you know, mindset, you are wrong, you know, that kind of thing. So we must get out of this because frankly speaking, ajkal da zamana was not our parents' time. When parents used to just say, Akar, you do. Ajkal manona penda. That means varake, you know, unanu changita samja ke kyun I want that to be done. You know, that kind of thing. So buying them in. So I think speaking with our tongue in the right tone, right situation, and right, I would say, what do I say? Right way of presenting your message is very important. You know, you can say something, but you say in another tone, it sounds different. Akar, say, excuse me, thoda ja ek kar dengi mere raste. So it changes the person's mindset, you know. So it's like how you present yourself and how you want it to be done. I think we have to change our set, and it's I would say work in progress lah. We always make mistakes. We cannot run away from that. But from this discussion today, I think I will be more cautious about when I speak, how I speak, because I have always been trying, like you say, work in progress, to communicate and get better relationship with my children, with my spouse, with other people around me, because you can never know when this tongue falters, and then you have to pay for it. You know, and I like the pankti that you just said about, you know, what was it? Not gonna mithe bol, about something mithe bol. Yes, that's a beautiful. Give love when you talk, you will get love in return. That's my simple understanding of that. Thank you very much. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh Masjid.
Thank you very much, Gurmeet Ji, for your kind contribution, for your kind words. Yes, we must need to know the right way of presenting our talk, but we need to learn. And today's generation is जिन्होंने अपने कहते हैं माँ प्यो दे भी कंट्रोल च उन बच्चों दे भी कंट्रोल च ने हैं जी ते मौका नहीं मिल रहा सानू भी किसी दे रोक पाने दा ते अपन polite ही होना पैना. So this is the way for us. So thank you very much, Gurmeet Ji, for your contribution.
Thank you, Masjid.
Okay, Ji. And any other single member Ji would like to share something, Ji? Please don't be shy. Hanji. Hanji Kardar Ji, you are muted.
Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh Masjid Ji. I thought you will speak on all the three thoughts, deeds, and words, but it only became words today. And beautiful. While you were teaching, I was Googling to see how many words we would speak for a day. And I found out that a person speaks about 16,000 words a day.
Oh.
So in all these words, I'm sure there is 1, 2, or many, many words that we speak, which we should not speak. Right? There is no way we are going to miss it. But like Penji just now said, it is the tone of our voice and how we bring forward our words are the ones that will either create hate for us or respect for us. So before we speak, we need to think and choose our words as how we want to say and how it will affect our life on top of affecting the other person's life to whom we are speaking. So words, yes, we must think before we talk. And I start the day by asking Guruji every day in the morning at Sila Road, please guide me, let me not speak anything wrong. But sorry to say, when I come home and I see the mess my husband makes, I can't control my words. So how am I going to control? It needs a lot of willpower to control my words. And yes, when somebody hurts you with some words, it is very difficult to forget. The friendship can become cordial, but the words are very, very lasting because it happened to me. A 40 years friendship went down the drain just because of some words spoken. So it hurts a lot. It hurts a lot. So it is true, yes, think before you speak is another proverb we always say. And I also remembered Confucius' quote, don't do unto others what you don't want others to do unto you. So if we can remember all this and think first, think of Vaheguru and look at the person and think that he is another image of Vaheguru, I think we can save ourselves from going down the drain. Thank you very much, Master Ji. It was a lovely subject. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kartar Kaurji. Very beautifully you spoke, and I really appreciate you. Like you Googled and find out we speak around 16,000 words, and how many words do we speak in a good way, so that also we can think about. And one more thing that you both mentioned, Gurmeet and Kartarji, like nowadays we can't get respect because of our age or our position of our, or because of our wealth. Nowadays we need to earn it. How we are going to deal with the people, we need to earn respect. We can't buy it with our positions or something. So very beautifully you mentioned. And one more thing, yes, in the beginning I also thought about to cover all 3 points in one lecture, but then I thought it will be like so much rushy kind of thing. So then I thought, okay, let's discuss at least on once, then we'll try to complete in the next week. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Master Ji. I think it's good because then we spend about 1 hour on one subject. We yes. tend to understand more better then.
Yes.
Thank you, Master Ji.
Thank you, much appreciated. Thank you, Ji. Hanji, any other Sangat member Ji would like to share their personal experience or any Gurbani Panti, whatever came to Hanji, Amarji Ji or unmuted Ji, please.
Master Ji, can I say something?
Hanji, Bhupinder you are also unmuted. Hanji, would you
You
like
see,
to share?
in all the topics that we have spoken to, I think the brain is the main factor, important factor of the thinking power. The brain comes in. What do you think? What do you want to see? Is the brain is the main generator of our mouth and our other parts of the body also. Is the brain, and the thoughts. The brain and thoughts are very important for all these conversation and listening and then usage of words, all that.
Exactly. Thank you very much, Bhupinder Singh. Yes, actually, we were just talking about the first part. So we'll go deep down. So in that point as well. But really appreciate. Thank you for your contribution, Bhupinder Ji. Hanji Amarji Ji, you unmuted yourself earlier. So would you like to share something, Ji? Haji, you're on.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Master Ji, for breaking the context down to a single one today, and that is tongue, our speech. Because I think if you could do all three together, I don't think so. I would have been able to absorb. But it was a very interesting topic. Thank you so much. And what little bit that comes to me, I think if let's say we were to look at Guru Sahib says, I mean, we'll just look at the language of the universe. I think language of universe is love. Like Guru Sahib said, Jim Prem Kiyo Tinhi Prabha Payo. So, I mean, if we, basic idea, we don't have love, it's difficult for us to receive love back. So you have to give, like what Panji just now mentioned, what you throw in the universe is what you get back. So, it's a rule of karma. So what you throw out, you get back. So you throw love, you get back love. But many a time, like me, I'm throwing out anger and I'm throwing out frustration and all that. But so I will have to receive that back. So I must accept it back as well if I am doing that. So that's basically, I think I little bit I understand. But thank you so much. It was a very interesting topic. And I think there's so much to learn. Thank you, Ji. Thank you so much. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Thank you very much, Amarjit Ji, for sharing your points. Yes, very beautifully you mentioned. So if we want love in our life, if we want respect in our life, if we want some sweet words for us, so we must share the same thing. For others, we'll get whatever we'll throw. So very beautifully you mentioned. So thank you very much for your words and contributions. Haji, any other Sangat member Ji who would like to share something? Don't be shy. Any experience, any thought, whatever came to your mind, or any Gurbani Panthi. Okay, so request you all kindly unmute yourselves. And one more announcement: we don't have Friday evenings lectures as of now. So we have Saturday morning in-person lectures. Those who are from Singapore, you may join us in the morning lectures. And but as of now, we just stopped Friday evenings lectures. Let's rest all are just going on the same way. So this is just an announcement for if you would be waiting for the Friday lectures. So apologies for that. Okay, so now request you kindly unmute yourself. So let's say Guru Fateh together in the Sangat group. Now अपन सारे रल मिलके गुरु पातशाह दी बख्शी फतेह दी सांझ पाइए जी. सारे प्यार नाल आखना
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Master Ji and Sangat.
Thank you very
Thank you very much, Ji.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Whatever.